Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
everybody.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back to Necessary Censorship 2023 edition.
2023.
Yeah.
Can you? I almost just said 2022 edition. I guess that's how it works. Going to be on Tuesday. Writing my numbers.
Weeks. It takes weeks.
2 weeks, months.
Well, I didn't know we were going to do it this soon into 2023.
No.
Day one.
January 1st.
Day one.
We're all upright. We're all upright. We're going to celebrate a little New Year's cheer here. Go ahead, Mike. What do you got?
I don't know. I found it.
We
This
gotta
is
make,
Crystal? Is that
we
what
gotta
I've been hearing about?
It begins with a Dom, right?
it's a screw off. So we have to
Moscato
make it,
d'Asti.
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so it's
It was in the
champagne.
clearance section, so
It was actually.
that's his top shelf stuff that he said he was
Oh, and it's a
bringing.
screw top even.
Screw
Oh,
top,
it's
yeah.
screw top.
It's
you just to
special.
let you know, my top shelf's the worst. I like to reach
That
for
way
my good
he
stuff.
can get the good stuff when he
Yeah.
passes out.
Exactly.
I was cleaning out my shelves, which is why the two still houses are here, and this
So he brought all the crap then.
Yeah.
just for you.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll have if we're gonna be playing that game. I have this crap that my wife bought me, and she knows it because I will call it crap. She bought it for me because she said, "Oh, the bottle looks cute." Have you ever seen the Hudson Baby
me the
Bourbon?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
People-
is
People like that though.
awful.
Just like they like Malort.
Oh, it is.
I thought you were gonna say Lusty Claw.
That's what happened in the bedroom.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you wanted some?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Happy New Year,
Happy
brothers.
New Year's.
Happy
New
New Year.
Year's.
Let me get you since you're over here.
Cheers, cheers, and to both of our fans out there.
Hey, and you know what? And
Yes.
actually,
All two of them.
other than my friend, Jeremy did confirm that we do have a fan in, what was it, South Korea?
Yeah, it was. Where was that?
We have a fan
Is
in
that what you
Florida.
said?
It was
South Korea?
is the Philippines or something like that. So
So
it's nowhere close to each
we
other.
are international.
Yeah.
But
We are international.
well, my dad said he listened.
Mark 'em
so
with-
hey,
Take
thank
a
you
marker
for
and-
listening.
Ooh, this is good. But I don't want to burst your bubble, but Florida is still national.
Oh, okay. I was just saying he listened.
Yeah, this is tasty.
It is not bad, right?
It's better than the crap I bought yesterday that we opened this morning.
Do you have mimosas?
We did, because I was like, do we have any freaking orange juice? And we had like little individual bottles. So yeah, it was. Yeah, this is actually pretty tasty.
I was gonna open one yesterday, but then I was the only adult home, so I had to drink the whole thing.
See, something like this could be
I made the better
dangerous
choice.
because you could just think it's juice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Drink it.
I mean, I feel like doing like this is really dating it, but like in Blues Brothers when they're at the nice restaurant and Elwood pours himself a giant cup like this and just like,
Just chugs it.
slurps it, and they end up, just pounding down a whole bottle of champagne on their own.
Yeah,
Ah.
this is not bad at all.
Probably should have worn
bad.
shoes, huh?
Yeah, not sure where it came from.
Well, it's probably from California. Am I?
I bet you it says on the bottom.
Italy.
It made it all the way over here with that screw
Maybe-
top, huh?
Yeah, maybe the bottle was made in Italy.
The glass.
It's just filled. In,
No, it says product of Italy.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
the glass.
MN, is that Minnesota?
That is.
Yeah, it's from all
It's
the
from
way.
Italy, Minnesota. Who knew? Who knew? Well, I just found out that there's
across.
that, because obviously this is not to be morbid, but there's a Moscow, Idaho,
Of course there is.
because there was some college students that were murdered, and they were saying murder in Moscow. I'm like, why is that news in America? But it was actually Idaho. Yeah, I'm like, huh? Why do we care?
You know
Anyway,
what? There's a Santa Claus, Indiana.
Is there?
Yeah.
It's bottled in Italy, but then Minnesota, there's a
distributor.
company
Yeah,
distributor.
okay. Well, look at that.
And there's like hardly any ingredients. It's grapes and like
That's
what
typical.
did that
though.
say? Something that could kill you, right?
Wow,
I
this
forgot
is-
what that was.
I mean,
This is fucking entertaining
Yeah,
right
great,
now.
great episode.
talking about a blue bottle of
So
stuff that was in
Anyway.
Mike's.
Anyway,
Well,
bang
at
for your
least I'll-
buck. It says
I'll cut
3
this out.
servings, and we got 4.
3
3 servings.
in a bottle?
Yeah. Well,
Look at, I mean, okay, this is.
Wow.
And then you got
These
like
are
that-
wine glasses, not
but that-
champagne flutes. Like
That's not wine though. That's not
Oh,
even
That's
my
champagne.
point.
It's not even champagne though.
Yeah.
well, it's sparkling wine, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's,
But
it's
a
a
oh,
sparkling
Moscato,
thing,
right?
so.
good lord,
Yeah.
yeah, this is tasty. Nice job,
Thanks, guys.
nice job. So,
Champagne would have
Come
been
back.
better.
All
Next
right.
time, bring champagne.
New Year's.
yeah, what'd you guys do? Anything fun?
Not
I
a damn thing.
why all 3 of these are here. I was in the basement. We got contractors starting tomorrow,
You hid from your
And-
kids.
and I was moving and boxing again.
Oh, you're finishing your basement, right?
Yeah. So
Nice.
everything's getting moved again because now we're starting in that side of the.
Oh, so you found those gems.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what you. So other than that, did you do anything fun for the evening? Any good dinner or anything special with the kids or anything?
Ordered pizza. Kids went by their moms yesterday, so
What kind of pizza?
man,
Wasn't a chain, was it?
Claizanos.
Oh, never
Oh,
heard of it.
okay.
Okay, no, all right. So you went with a
Like
you
a
went
local-
with pizzeria.
Something
pizzeria.
in
That's good.
Greendale off of 76th and Grange over there.
Yeah, it wasn't like
You-
Pizza Hut. Or
It wasn't
nothing,
very
right?
good though.
You got to go to
Alright.
Pizzeria Scotty's.
I've had pizza.
That's my jam right there.
Off of Greenfield, right? Or National,
No, Oklahoma,
Oklahoma.
90th.
I've been
that's-
chilling with Mod Pizza.
Yeah, is that
Really-
good?
Really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah, not bad. What about you, Jeremy? What'd you guys do?
Really, I just hung around the house, played games. I
Watch
called
the
it.
Packers destroy.
Well, that was today.
was
Oh
today.
yeah.
We're
Oh,
talking
Last night
yesterday.
You already had your
Yeah.
turn, Mike, so shut your mouth.
Sorry.
We can get to today.
I turned that volume back down.
Yeah, turn it down, please.
I just called the kids up close to midnight, and it was like 10 minutes till midnight. We turned on, watched the ball drop. I bought some of that Welch's sparkling grape juice for the kids, and I had a dark and stormy.
All right.
Cheers, hugs, kisses, and we all. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
I went
that's
back
all
playing
right.
games.
Went back to doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I basically just turned on TV, and I've been watching just whatever new series is on Netflix, watching
Nice.
that, playing games.
Nice.
You?
Bobby?
Well, my wife and my son are in Mexico, so it was just me and my daughter, and very similar to Jeremy. 10 minutes before the thing happened, went upstairs.
She
turned
made
the
it,
TV
eh?
on.
Made it all the way?
Oh, she was up until at least 1:30.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that, yeah, now that the mom's away,
Yeah, we get to stay
Yeah.
up late. and
Well, we were up
I
till
had
4
a-
in the morning.
Yeah.
Place.
that might have been on a work day too.
oh my, well,
That was-
work
That
day.
was like Friday.
But I had a shot of apple pie moonshine,
Moonshine?
and she had a glass of water, and we cheered, gave hugs, and I finished watching Jackass 4.5.
Oh, you actually did
I
just
did.
watch. Oh,
yeah,
geez.
just yesterday, last night.
Oh, I was gonna say because
Nice.
that is that's
Yep.
that's awesome. No, I had a tenderloin in the freezer, so I roasted a tenderloin, did the reverse sear, did some French fries and onion rings, just some, what else? The boys wanted pizza rolls, or whatever. We did
Ketchup
that.
on the steak.
No, no,
Microwaved.
Made it well done.
perfect medium rare from top to bottom. That's that reverse sear. I think I can teach you that.
I have
one
a
of these
portable
days.
heater. I just
Yeah,
throw the
yeah,
steak
right
top.
on the vent. Yeah, yeah.
Before,
No.
before you throw it on the skillet, do you slap it?
Well, sometimes it
what it
well, I
sounds.
want to
That's how your
make
slap sounds?
test its doneness. It's a little,
Yeah.
teach it, let it know who's boss.
We're still talking about the tenderloin, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Just
But yeah,
making
it was
sure.
kind of funny. Me and my wife talked about, like, she had one
I
little
didn't have that
slice,
great of the New Year's.
and I had
That's
two
awesome.
thin slices. My boys clipped off the rest of it. So we figured that my two boys ate like 1.5 pounds of
Nice.
tenderloin. Put it down. Yeah, no, and we just watched movies, and then my wife, who was all gung ho about staying up, fell asleep at 10:30, and I made it till about 12:30 or so, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. Enough of this, and I called it a night. But yeah, we watched Violent Night,
Nice.
which is
I gotta see that.
outstanding. I am going to put that now into the yearly.
Very disappointed that we didn't all make it out there.
I'm telling
I
you,
know, we still can.
I'll go see it again. It was so funny.
That's what I bought the flask for.
It's Die Hard mixed with like Home Alone.
Yeah.
And David Harbour
Sounds
is
awesome.
hilarious, but they do a good job of like incorporating like the Christmas spirit into it and everything. And
Well, it's got Santa, of course.
yeah, and it's pretty hilarious. David Harbour is perfect for it. Like I said, that's going to be in the rotation now with like Die Hard, Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation that we all talked about in the last podcast, and went to Bullet Train.
That's pretty good.
It's a big jump.
Like I
Really
said,
big jump.
I told you guys before I had no idea what was going
Just
on with
being-
that, but holy crap, that movie was actually turned out to be really, really good.
I love that movie.
Just visually, it was
Yeah.
really cool, and just because I'm like, what is going on in the beginning? You're like, who the hell are these guys, and who the hell are these guys, and what the hell is this? And that was really good.
The humor, it was more of a comedy.
Yeah, and that's actually what caught me off guard. Is in the description, it did say it's like an action comedy, and I was like,
there's a lot of it.
You're a diesel.
wait, what? No, I'm
Bullet Train.
yeah.
Isn't that one of the guys' names
No,
No.
well, no, it was
or something? Oh, it's Thomas the Tank, right?
it was lemon and orange.
Lemon and tangerine.
Tangerine.
I watched some of it, but I didn't. Yeah,
But he
describes everybody with Thomas the Tank.
Thomas
in
the
it.
Tank.
everything
Yep.
to
Yeah.
Thomas the
Yep.
Train
Yeah.
and Diesel's the troublemaker.
Diesel's the
Okay.
troublemaker.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Remember
no-
that part.
and then we wasted the last 2 hours of the evening watching Black Adam. So
Wasted
that was it. It was like I said, it was average.
wasn't
I'll
awful.
I'll never go back probably and watch it again. Like I said, I watched
You
it.
gotta
It was
remember-
entertaining.
Be careful, it's got Mike's boyfriend in it, so
I love The Rock.
he's gonna
Trying to
like
think.
it.
Well, yeah, but it was literally he was just The Rock in there. There was nothing special about him, and
As far as DC movies go, pretty darn good for DC movies.
That's not hard to do, though.
that, there is that.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
unfortunately, the way the DC is gone, this movie means nothing anymore. The end credit scene means nothing.
yeah, they cut
Well,
it.
it fell
I
right
just-
underneath Superman 3 because Richard Pryor was pretty good.
I do like the dickhead Superman in there when he's in the bar and he's flicking. Was it peanuts or bottle caps? Or remember he's flicking them and he's breaking all the booze bottles behind the bar.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just an asshole. And how do they make him an asshole? They give him a stubble beard, and his suit is just a dirty blue. That means he's mean.
Yeah,
Superman.
he just
He went through some
hasn't
shit.
taken a bath and he just
yeah, he's inebriated clown Superman.
he took some time off. That just didn't take care of himself.
Have any of you guys seen the Avatar yet? Avatar: The Way of the Water.
No,
That's one of the best visual movies I've ever seen.
Was it better than the first one?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
is it
I
like the
mean,
sequel to Fern Gully? Because that's how the first one was just Fern
Dance
Gully.
with Wolves.
Exactly, Dances with Wolves too. Yeah, if you want to take your pick.
I would say visually it was much better. Story wise, it was kind of cheesy.
Well, it
in a
damn
way,
well better be
so-
visually. It was
it
20
was-
years ago from the
Yeah,
first
well,
movie.
but
One
it was,
question I
mean,
have-
even from nowadays though, the movie you see, it was really good.
I know you're probably not going to ruin it by this, but the one I seen that the general main bad guy from part 1.
Yep.
How do I see he's in part 2? Like, how do they
He
bring
died
him
in
back?
the first one, or it was
Yeah.
implied, right?
I mean, spoiler alert if anybody cares.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm
Okay.
going to watch
Okay,
it.
if the two people who watch this other than our parents care,
It
mute it for a minute.
they basically take their memories before they went on the
Everyone in
last
China.
before they went on the last mission. They take they took their memories and they shipped them to Earth, and then they put them in their own avatar.
Oh, okay.
So now he's
Now
one
he's-
of the
okay.
The blue people.
blue people.
Yeah,
can't
because I
think of
see
the
he
name,
was
but
going to
yeah.
be in there. I'm like,
Navi.
I was
Navi,
like,
yeah.
they have to do something like
I-
that. Where
I
It
had
wasn't
heard
terrible. It wasn't
some
terrible.
astronomical number that movie needs to make $1 billion to make a profit.
well, it's already made $1 billion.
It's
It's
probably
almost.
is.
It's like 1.4
No, but isn't that
billion.
what it is?
See, someone is saying $2 billion.
But does that mean?
I don't think so, but I think
Okay.
it covers all the movies.
That's what I was
coming
gonna say because they
These
shot like
3 and
two or
4.
they shot like two or
I
three
just
at the same time.
he wasted too much time. I don't think
It was like
it's
10 years later, right?
I was gonna say one of the actresses said,
Edie Falco
Oh,
said she thought it
yeah,
came
yeah,
out and
yeah.
bombed because she did it so long ago. She just assumed that it came out and bombed and was already out of theaters. That I thought was a great.
I will
Yeah.
say
It just
It's
goes to show
hilarious.
how long this movie's been
Yeah.
in production.
Well, and he did shoot I think 3 sequels total. So this
Yeah,
one and
it's
then
like
2
the
others.
third
Well,
and
he
the
said he
fourth or something.
filmed a bunch of the scenes with the kids because he didn't want them to look
He
like
didn't want a stranger.
awkwardly older in the next couple ones. Yeah.
He didn't want to pull the stranger
Yeah,
things where they had to jump time and all that kind of stuff.
I've seen the first Avatar once.
Have you watched it in 3D?
No.
No.
No, I'm not a huge fan of home 3D, and I don't.
I thought 3D was dead.
see,
This
I'm
movie
always
is-
afraid of it making me dizzy. That's the only thing because it can
That
kind of.
movie is what sold
with
me
me.
on the 120 hertz TV.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I actually even Jesse, I bought that movie and I watched it. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at this! This looks amazing. And then Jesse came over. He goes, "Whoa, this is your new TV?" I was like, "Well, it's Avatar. It's why it looks so good." And he went out and bought a TV just like mine because it looked so good. But I liked the first one.
Yeah,
though.
You'll like
It
the
was
second
visual,
one.
just the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You'll,
graphics.
you'll like
of it
the
was
second one.
amazing.
Like I said, visuals are just, and because it's in the water, like it's a lot to do with the water. The 3D,
Well, it
just,
is the
can
way of
easily
water.
pop and
My kids didn't want
it
to
was
see it.
good.
That's the only reason I'm the only one who wants to see it in my whole house. So I'm
I'll
like,
stream it illegally when
put
it
your
comes
pants
out.
on and take them with you,
That's how I.
I
whether
don't
they
wanna-
want to or not.
I don't want to pay $1,000 for them to go see a movie they don't want to see.
Go during a matinee.
It's like,
There's
I'll go
$23 for Lou
I'll
and
just
I.
leave them here and I'll go watch
There
it.
you go.
I
Maybe.
took my daughters, and then I took my mom, who hasn't been in the movies in a very long time.
And
So-
not many people have.
Yeah,
She like.
she liked it. Yeah.
She-
Well,
did she see the first?
my daughters slept over there during the Christmas break, and they watched the first Avatar with my mom.
No, that's cool.
And they all really liked it. Me and the girls, we watched it a couple months ago. But yeah, so it was perfect timing, and
So long though. That's the only thing.
over 3 hours.
The
But it
second
was-
one is 3 hours.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like it
I'd
was
rather
really
watch
good.
the fucking Return of the King or one of those movies.
Lord of
than
the
this,
Rings.
I think,
I'll
yeah.
tell you, if you
The one where the trees walk. I'd rather watch that one.
The
To give you
Two
an idea,
Towers.
Two
I didn't,
There
I
we
didn't
go.
fall
The
asleep.
extended
The
edition.
ends.
I didn't fall asleep during the 3 hours. So if that gives you any good idea,
I didn't
it was
either.
decent. So
I didn't either,
and I
and
fall
I
asleep
always
in
fall
theaters
asleep,
every
yeah.
time. Yeah, I've been woken up by
Is
Luna
this-
going,
There,
"Hey, you're
there was
snoring."
only one movie I've ever. See, I've heard stories of everyone falling asleep during in the movies at the theater.
Mhm.
I've only fell asleep at one movie, and it was the Avengers. Not the Avengers kind of you think, but it had
Billy Zane.
Uma Thurman.
Yeah,
Is it Billy Zane?
No,
Sean Connery.
no,
Yeah.
he's the bad
Oh,
guy.
that's
in
the
it.
bad guy. That
I
one.
only fell asleep because I worked midnight shift, and then we went and seen it like at 11 o'clock show afterwards, and I fell asleep because it was so boring in the first movie I've ever seen. If you'll never hear me tell a really bad movie, that is a horrible.
Yeah, you like
bad
every
movie.
movie, and
Yeah, that's true.
every movie is. That's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
That
We
movie
know what the
is
Avengers
horrible.
is.
That is the worst movie I've ever
The,
seen.
the last movie that I fell asleep in, and it was kind of the same thing where I had an early day, and I was just tired, and I took my kids to see Black Panther, the first one.
Okay.
And so all I can tell you is so I'm watching it, you're in those Dream Lounger seats, you put the heat on.
mm-hmm.
All of a sudden I kind of fell asleep, and my kid I must have started snoring or something because he hit me. And I kind of woke up and I'm watching, and all of a sudden Black Panther's fucking dead. And I'm like, what the hell did I miss? Because he
Oh,
dies
the
in there.
first one, yeah,
In the
yeah,
first
yeah,
movie,
yeah.
he died, not
Yeah.
in real life, but yeah, I'm like,
No
the hell?
spoilers.
And I realized I was out for 40 some minutes because I
Yeah,
missed
that was no
everything. It was that's the whole plot to that
Oh
movie.
yeah.
I've done that.
That was a
Because
good movie too,
Killmonger,
man.
yeah, no, I
like
actually
that movie.
I kind of waited for video, then I watched it again.
I haven't got to. Have y'all seen this?
No.
One?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to go.
We took the girls. We watched it.
It was a
I
good.
still gotta watch
Yeah,
the first one.
Different.
Mm.
Not what I expected.
Well, of course. They,
But still,
unfortunately,
still pretty
it
good.
sucks.
The opening scene that they did tribute to.
Awesome.
What's
Yeah,
it?
it was really good.
Chadwick.
Yep. So funny story about falling asleep in the theaters. We went, me, my wife, and the kids, and even I think maybe some cousins or nephews came with us. But it was a big group of us, and we were all in the Dream Loungers, and probably 15, 20 minutes into it, I fall asleep, and I start on my back, and I turn over to my side, and there's
Please say it was a stranger.
Oh,
and
there's
I'm sitting next to a stranger.
and you're all breathing.
So I fall asleep. I wake up on my side like 2 inches away from a lady who's
doesn't say
also
anything?
sleeping.
Oh my god.
I'm on
Facing
my
you?
side. I'm
This
on
is
my
like
side
planes,
facing
trains,
her.
and automobiles.
Yeah.
I'm on my side facing her. She's on her side facing me, and I wake up like
I wish
it
you
was
would've woke.
so
Did you guys wake up at the same time?
so bizarre. No.
That'd have been the
I woke
best.
up and I freaked out a little bit, and
Please tell me it's the one where the armrest
Yeah, you
comes
can
up.
raise it. I know
You guys are
what
spooning.
oh,
Hey, why is your
man.
hand between
It
2
was
pillows?
so weird. It was weird, man.
Wow.
It was weird.
So like I've taken my dad movies. My dad's notorious for falling asleep in movies. It's just it must be a dad thing, whatever. But when I took him to go see Top Gun Maverick, that effort didn't even recline his seat. He was like this. the
He's
whole
like a little
movie.
kid on the edge of his seat.
And he kept going, oh, wow, oh.
Well, that movie
Yeah.
is pretty.
It's pretty good.
But yeah,
it is
he was
pretty
awake
exciting
the
for a
whole
thing.
time, and I even gave him credit afterwards. I'm like, wow, you stayed awake for the whole thing. Good for you.
Speaking of dads going to the movies, I remember as a kid, my dad never watched movies. Like I don't remember him ever seeing any movies or anything. And we went the one time I remember going to a movie with him was for Phantom Menace, and it was like
99.
maybe 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. That was a lot of people. Was that around the time they were talking about the trade dispute
Probably.
and the blockades? Because that's what all kids wanted to see. Was
That pod race.
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
Favorite character, right, Mike?
It is.
Misa. Or then you got like that stupid king that goes.
The Gungan.
Yeah.
Gungans, yeah.
No, Gungans were that was
Jar Jar,
yeah.
but then
You had those. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he was a
king of
Gungan too, right?
Gungans,
That's
yeah.
right. He was just a fat Gungan down there.
Jar Jar.
Get your movie straight.
Yep.
Blockade can only mean one thing: invasion.
Yeah.
So bad.
I know. I'll be honest. I
Wasn't the worst movie.
I like all.
That is true.
I like
It
all
was not.
the 1, 2, and 3. Everyone hated it, but I've watched those movies
Don't
like
worry, everyone loves it now. The other
30
three came out.
times, 40 times a piece. All
Actually,
3 of those.
yeah, everyone loves 1 and 2 and 3 since the last
Oh,
3 came
yeah.
out. They're like, okay, these are trash. Let's go
Yeah.
back. Attack of the Clones is bad. It's bad. The love story is bad. The annoying Anakin is bad. Little white.
Creepy Anakin, you mean? He is creepy as. He's super creepy.
Padme.
Yeah. Watching it with the girls, that was the one thing that they both commented on.
Well, you got to take in
like,
mind she's
he
like
is
10
so
or 15
creepy.
years older than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just going through puberty, and you're giving him a lightsaber.
But I love you so much.
Cut my pear. Oh, I didn't know. Cut your pear for you. Oh. Yeah, it was weird. No, yeah, like Revenge of the Sith is good. I'm okay with.
I just
Okay
like
with that,
Darth
but-
Maul.
I like the whole
That, well, that was Phantom
Well, the
Menace.
beginning,
Menace,
the scene
yeah.
where they come out with the beginning fighting scene when they're in space.
Yep.
That was awesome. That's
yeah,
probably one of the best opening scenes of a Star
Especially
Wars
the
movie.
3D, that was made for the 3D.
Do you
That was
remember
amazing.
when we went and saw that? Because obviously this was back before you could actually reserve your seats. You had to like wait in
It's a 1,
line
2, and 3.
and go and like wait in line, buy your tickets, and wait.
movie theater's got
And
one thing right.
I remember the group of us that would always went, and they were midnight showings too. You went to midnight
yeah.
showings. We were like in the 5th row
Yeah.
for that. And if you remember this,
Which one? Revenge?
Revenge.
Okay.
We went to a midnight showing and we all stopped because we went to go buy like a 5th of like rum or something like that to take in with us. Because you buy a large soda, you only fill up 3/4 of the way, you pour your
Mad
rum
Dog
in.
2020.
No, that may be in your theaters. But
It was before,
but what was
before they
funny
had the bars in the theaters.
is one of our
They
idiot
have
friends,
bars in theaters.
he didn't use the cup holder in the seat. He puts his giant soda on the floor, right? And so someone went to go to the bathroom and kicks it over, and it dumps over, and
Oh, man,
it
rum
just reeks of rum, and it's just
Yeah,
smells.
every like the first like the
'Cause
4
we were
or
the
5 rows down, you hear people are like,
Yeah, every time you moved your well, they brought over the this pimple faced kid comes in with like a mop and bucket to clean it up. He's like, oh, what's spilled? We're like, oh, some soda, and then our friend, what the hell? Why did you use the cup holder like a normal human being?
But then remember in the first one, episode 1, he went with us. It was the whole bottle. It was the
Oh yeah,
bottle of
and
vodka
you heard
or
it go
something.
ring,
You hear the
ring as it rolled all the way down to the front.
Common currents.
Yeah, you're like, and I'm like, how did it hit anything? It just
Yeah.
kept rolling all the way down.
I hope it was during a quiet part. Like
Oh,
a
it was. It
serious
was
part
right.
too, so
It was
yeah.
probably right when the scroll was happening, where everyone's all like,
everyone's getting excited.
oh, and you're,
But that experience being the midnight showing, especially, I have to say, going back to Attack of Clones, even though it wasn't
Oh, yeah,
the
no,
best, when Yoda pulled out the lightsaber, the
Start
whole
flipping around. Yeah.
everyone
Oh,
started
yeah.
like stood up and was like yeah, and cheering.
Oh,
We were,
yeah.
like you were geeking out. Like
Oh, yeah.
everyone was. It was
but that
made the experience better. And that one, I think that movie was like the best scene. I think.
well, and that thing, and going back to
That was
the
pretty
to
good.
Revenge
And
of the
they
Sith
jumping
was
around like
that opening scene though with that pilot. I remember getting almost to the point of dizzy because we
Oh,
were in the
yeah.
5th row, and you're like, holy shit, this thing is right. And
Ultra screen.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
just
Oh.
whipping
Sounds
around.
like you guys
and-
had to
Well,
show up to your midnight showing.
this
and if
was-
you want to say ultra screen, it's probably about as big as
It was the
the
biggest
South Shore
theater.
had.
Yeah, it was before stadium seating, so it was all.
Jeremy's
it was all
current
flat all the
TV
way
is
back.
bigger than what it was.
Oh yeah, the one in my bedroom.
That's what it looked like though when you're trying to play. You're like, holy
What I
shit.
want them to do is redo that scene with Yoda flipping all over the place, but with the first generation Yoda from
the puppet.
4, 5, 6.
Oh my god!
I want to see that.
So it was-
Well, no, and that
Then
was
occasionally you see
doing
the
the puppet.
arm,
and that
Like, you
was
see
what
his
the
arm
funny
every
part
once in a while.
was
see
you know
the
he
person in a green suit. Whenever they don't.
and that was the joke
place
though.
it
He
up.
does all that shit right. He's flying all over the place, and what does he do when it ends? He stops. He picks up his cane and then does
starts
the
walking
slow
again,
limp
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
You motherfucker! You lying this whole time.
Yeah, but it works. Nobody
Yeah, he
expects it.
exhausted all his energy.
Well, and actually, no. I think he even topped that one in Revenge of the Sith. It's only a split second, but when he throws his lightsaber through the chest of a trooper, and then jumps on his
Oh, yeah,
chest
and
and
pulls
pulls
it
it
out.
out. That is one of the coolest scenes ever.
Yeah.
Well, in the
Yes.
cartoon, he does
Well,
some
he
really
even did the
badass
whole
stuff,
like
too.
spinning of the this
And then
thing
he
in the.
teabagged the stormtrooper, right?
Well, he did actually. Well, he did go. He's like,
It wasn't much of a teabag because it's so short.
bag
It's
my
like-
tea, you will.
And I think he has like 4 balls too, so it was a really major teabag.
Well,
Oh,
he's
is
like
that how
800.
Is that how Baby Yoda was made?
I think
With
so.
the teabag?
Grogu?
Yeah. I always
Maybe.
forget his
Who
name.
knows? I mean,
Manifested in that helmet. It grew out of the helmet, and yeah, he's asexual. He was able to make it out of the.
He knew he was
helmet.
going to die.
talking about a best kept secret with that Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like when they were talking about the Mandalorian, like I was at Star Wars Celebration when it was in Chicago, and they announced Mandalorian, and they had Pedro Pascal was there, and they were talking about it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
didn't mention
No.
shit about him.
No,
That's
they-
good.
and
Right?
That's what made the series.
Yeah, and all of a
It's
sudden when they
surprise.
showed it, they're like,
Yeah.
and you know what's fun? Did you ever have you seen the concept art of what the initial drawings of what they're gonna have him look like?
Oh no.
Awful.
Yeah.
He looked like
That's why they were concepts.
it looked like he looked like there might have been something mentally wrong with him.
Wow.
It was
I
bad.
picture like a family
Like
guy.
his eyes were
yeah,
crooked. He had like this really fat
He
underjaw.
wasn't cute like he
No,
is.
and it's
He's
like
super
Yeah,
cute.
no,
they
autism
probably
or
looked
something.
at it and they went,
No.
"We are not going to sell shit of this thing." And then you could tell because they didn't announce it, they were backlogged on merchandise. There was no merchandise of it.
Yeah.
And so if
They
you
couldn't
notice
make
when
it
like
because of the
T-shirts and
internet.
everything came out, it was the same picture of him on every T-shirt and picture was just the same picture of him because they didn't have anything.
Well, it makes sense because you notice every single toy that's going to get made gets leaked out somehow.
someone's
Yeah,
gonna
so
sell
they
somebody in
kept
the
that
factory
that was
locked
awesome.
down.
But it worked because the Mandalorian ended up.
I mean, all the
that
things.
made it. That show was just. I think. I don't know. I like the show regardless. That,
Oh, yeah,
that
no,
is,
and
like,
it
was
my
so
favorite.
good. Even when
It
Boba
It took
Fett
the
came back
Mandalorian to
and-
save the Boba Fett show
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that Boba Fett show was
Yeah.
very
boring.
slow.
Yeah. I actually
You like it, we know. You
I
like
like
everything. It's
Andor.
okay.
I mean, it's not the worst show he's ever seen, but
no, the Boba Fett one though was I could have done without. It was too
Yeah,
slow.
that wasn't great.
as soon as he was gifted that
Andor-
Rancor, I went, "This
I-
motherfucker's gonna ride this thing."
Yeah.
and yep, sure
And then
shit.
sure enough, it's gonna go crazy and he can't control it. That was my first thought. It was like, sorry, I probably ruined it.
I don't give a shit.
That was my first thought.
I-
I was
I'd have
like,
to watch
okay,
it.
he's gonna ride it, and then wait, he's gonna lose control of it.
I mean,
yeah, you're
they've
an
done
idiot.
the good thing of Because that's what I worry about with Star Wars is always going back to the well. Like going back to Luke, going back to Han, going back to Leia, going back to the things that they know are original. I would love them for finally once to go back to like Knights of the Old Republic, go to like
the old
go
stuff.
way back and get away from the
Sidious
Skywalkers
stuff
and everything. Get away from that and start a new story because that's the thing. Like,
What a great
like
video
Darth
game.
Revan and different
That was
things
such a
like
great
that.
video game.
well, that's where I'm going from.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell
So
me.
good.
The video
Yeah,
game was
the
good,
Jedi
but
Academy
the
and-
trailers, the mini movies they made for those games
Mm-hmm.
were better than the 3 new fucking movies they put out. Those things were
mean,
amazing.
At the end, you figuring out your Darth Revan or whatever it was.
Yes.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I would love
That
them
was
to do
good.
is because like with Mandalorian, they bring Luke back, which makes sense. Okay, fine, but it's like they keep kind of going to that well. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I'd love them to kind of get away from that, and it's hard for them to go after because Luke and everybody's still going to be kind of hanging around.
Not anymore. But yeah, I mean, they can go as early as they want. There's, so many pre-stuff. They
But
can
you
go
can
to
do the Force Ghost
Inception
bullshit
and-
too,
Well,
so that's what I'm
You can
afraid
go
of too.
to
So-
the Old Republic, like
Yeah,
the
they
That's
video
what I'm saying.
game,
Republic, yeah.
like you were saying, like
Yep.
Go
they
back.
just shoot back because even like we're doing it with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Go back centuries
Yep.
in the past. Show how the Sith and the Jedi
That's-
first start battling
Tell
together.
me you would
Why
not
they
want to
started
see
battling.
like the Darth Plagueis shit that Sidious
yeah.
talks about, or any of that stuff. I
Just
would
how does this all-
love to
Not
see
even
How
that.
does
set it
well,
up.
who was the first person to figure out metachlorians or what?
Yeah.
Just go back.
I wish the social media would have been around back then when they
I think it
dropped
was
that
Dr.
shit.
Oz.
When the
Dr. Oz did it.
when
Yeah, I've read some of
It was
his books.
Dr. Oz versus
when they
Phil.
finally said, "Oh, there's
They
no
did it on
force."
an episode of Oprah, I think.
It mentioned a little bit of what to expect when you're expecting that book. I remember reading.
Well, I think
something
wasn't that
about
on Anakin's mom's desk?
it. Yeah,
I think I saw that in the background because she, Anakin was just he just appeared. He was an immaculate conception.
Sure.
yeah, he killed all of them to save her, even the children.
She died anyway, didn't she?
The women,
The women-
and the children.
Wait, she
killed them all.
Wait, not to save. That was in revenge.
Yeah, that
Sad
was
people.
Not to
revenge.
save her. She was already dead.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't quite. She was alive there. Just all of a sudden, oh,
was
you're
dead.
here. I could die now. It's
I
like, wait,
seen
you're,
you
you're
again.
you're alive. Here,
Kind of like how he
I'm
was
saying-
born. You're just here.
Okay. Never mind.
And then Padme just looks at him after he slaughtered a whole village.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay. And you want to go fuck?
It's not like you're gonna kill like Padawan, like little Padawan.
Oh no! He's gonna get. Don't worry. He
It's gonna
he
get
won't just
worse.
start with just a whole village of women, children, and everything. He's gonna kill just a room of fucking of children.
He got better at it. That's all.
You know,
That
why
was
the
his
hell
practice.
could we not have a scene of Anakin going ape shit and taking on an entire room of Jedi,
Yeah.
not little kids?
They were all
Master
gone for some reason.
Skywalker.
I thought you were gonna say.
what do we
younglings.
do?
I thought you were gonna say why.
No,
can't
we
just
don't
see
need to
everything?
see that.
They got all,
That's where I thought you were going.
With their little
like a whole school full of Padawans, just solely.
Yeah, how come we couldn't see
Not
that,
even Padawans,
George?
younglings.
Why doesn't he just take his lightsaber and just throw it all like 2 feet high and just takes out the whole room and then comes back? No, like when he walks in, I mean, that scene of him walking into the Jedi Temple with the whole 501st behind him
Yeah.
is awesome. Why couldn't there have been a scene of him going, like, meeting Kit Fisto and all
Yeah.
some of the Jedi? They come walking up and he's like,
At least have like
Nope.
20 of them there. Or
And
something.
he
you don't
just
have to have
goes-
like
Even
hundreds.
if they were
ape
no
shit.
name, but even if they
Yeah,
were no
yeah.
name Padawans
I don't care.
or something, just something that
well,
he
them
fought
and their
him, like,
Padawan have like the main
Yeah.
Jedi.
I just- we never got that.
No.
We didn't. It's like, you know what I think it was is they didn't want to show that because they wanted to wait for the big battle between him and Obi-Wan. That's why they
Yeah, but that
kind of
set
wanted
that up.
Well, and it was kind of like the trust.
that would have been
to-
better to me, and I think
Yeah.
you seen him taking on a fleet of frickin' Jedi.
I think he wanted to show
And-
the trust the Jedi's had with those how deceived they were. That all of them were somewhat mostly killed when the Order 66, and they killed them almost, and just how stupid the Jedi were, and how deceived they were.
Yeah.
They were able
You
to
mean-
be defeated like that. That's
You mean
what
to
I
trust a
kinda
clone
got.
army that was just randomly made for him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
convenient.
Clone
Yeah.
from who knows what.
I gotta see if I saved this picture. It was a picture of Samuel L. Jackson. It was hilarious. It was like Samuel making like a political point on something, on like gun violence or something, and the top comment was, "Yeah, well, if we would have made Anakin a Jedi when he wanted to, we could have saved all this crap and not have to worry about him turning to the dark side." And you know, so it was pretty hilarious. Like he's trying to make a point, and yeah, if we would have just done this.
I'm tired of all these motherfucking snakes.
Well, you got all these wound up Jedi that first I haven't had sex because they can't have relationships with anyone, so they're all
Yeah, why is
wound-
Anakin the only one that can go get some tail on the side?
He's the
Well,
only
he
one
was
that
hiding it.
survives.
Wasn't he hiding?
Well,
That's true.
besides Obi-Wan.
Yeah, okay,
but-
that's real convenient.
But he
She's
had a
running
crush.
around with a belly.
That sowed the seed of
Yeah, that started it. Love.
yeah.
Anger
Supposedly.
leads to hate, or no, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side.
Boning.
The Plan B pill.
Kind of off the Star Wars subject, but
Probably a good thing.
me
Yeah,
and Dana
before
were,
we get to Last
me and
Jedi.
Dana were in
We're kinda
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Me and
Getting
Dana were in
really fired
Atlanta,
up.
and we were eating breakfast, and Samuel Jackson was sitting right next to us
Where were you?
No way.
in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yep. We were eating breakfast at our favorite. It's called Flying Biscuit. Really good.
Nice.
Is this a place that you would typically see a A-list celebrity?
No, it was just like a
What's
like
it
a
called?
small- it's
Flying
like a small
Biscuit?
town.
Flying
or-
Biscuit
Or you said it was in Atlanta?
in Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dana, the company she worked for, they had one of their branches was in Atlanta. So we would, take business trips down there,
That's cool.
and I would tag along, and so we would hit up this. There was maybe 2 or 3 different Flying Biscuits right in their main city, and one.
Tell
of
me
them,
you said, "Hey, motherfucker!"
I didn't say a word.
What's in the briefcase?
Yeah, come on, tell us.
I didn't say a word. I didn't bug him. I didn't ask for.
Not even like wait until he was done
I didn't
eating.
ask for a picture. I didn't do anything.
Oh, I probably would have, because that's the thing. I'm not gonna bother anybody. I'll wait till they're done,
Yeah.
and maybe because like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was, and I'm kind of I've seen probably all of his.
No, you have not. He's been in like
No, no,
5,000
I was gonna
movies.
It's
say-
like Bruce
Oh.
Willis.
I've
His
seen-
main, or his main,
every-
his main ones,
Him
probably.
and
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage have been in
I've
it
seen
every-
all of his
Yeah.
main movies.
Okay.
Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a funny story about snakes on a plane. So my wife's grandmother and her friend, they're in their 80s, late 80s, early 90s, whenever that movie came out.
Okay.
They went to go see some movie, and it was wrong or something, and they wanted to go. They weren't going to leave, so like, well, let's go see this. This movie's starting, and they see snakes on a plane.
Oh my God.
So they go in to see snakes on a plane, and they stayed the whole time through. Well, my mother-in-law ends up asking my wife's grandmother, "Why did you stay?" And she's like, because it's obviously very vulgar. I mean, a guy gets bitten in the dick. I mean, it's all this stuff. She made some comment. Well, I think her friend's name was B. Well, B wasn't getting up and everything. Well, they ended up asking B. They saw her, and she's like, "I was just sat there with my eyes closed doing the rosary for the whole movie." 'Cause she didn't want to leave because she thought
Wow.
my wife's grandmother was watching it. So they both sat there
In misery.
and watched snakes on a plane while one's doing the rosary,
That is
just
amazing.
praying for 90 minutes.
Wow.
So what you're saying is they enjoyed it. That's why they left.
Oh my God! Yeah,
They
that
didn't
got told at the grandmother's funeral a few years ago. Was
Jeez,
snakes
that's
on a
awesome.
plane?
I have
You should've
not
played
even
the
seen
movie.
that movie.
I've never.
I've only
it
seen
either,
parts
so-
of it, up to like the first half, because it was just like, this is so ridiculous.
Yep.
I have a problem with falling asleep during any movie,
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's.
especially if I'm at home. Just
But-
the way it works.
Good or bad, I fall asleep. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
But it got me thinking
Could be the
too.
carbon monoxide that's leaking in your house.
Hey, I sleep better.
That is true.
Like a log.
Well, I don't
No,
know if I'd wake up.
The Denny's by the airport back when I was in, I think it was my senior year, or it was either late high school or very early college. Me and a friend were there. Early morning, we'd like, let's go for breakfast. We went to Denny's. And we're
Then
sitting in
we'll
there,
get breakfast.
and we're kind of like,
Either Denny's or Webb's.
huh? Oh,
It's either
yeah, take
Denny's
her
or
pick.
George
Yeah,
Webb's.
take her
Yeah,
pick.
dude.
So
And I remember looking over, because it's right by the airport, and I remember looking over my buddy's shoulder, and you kind of see this one monster of a guy from the back, his shoulder. I mean, he just looks monstrous. And then the guy sitting across from him, I'm like, I think that's X-Pac.
Uh-oh.
Well, the thing was we were going to see the WWF or WWE at the Bradley Center that night. They were in town. All of a sudden, I'm like, who's he? And I'm like, is that Triple H? And so I'm like, holy shit, Triple H and X-Pac are sitting over there
Just
eating
Denny's.
at Denny's. You know, they obviously maybe just flew in,
Get a grand
Yeah.
got
slam.
there, and so I'm like,
To get the egg.
I said, screw this. I said, I got to go say something. This is awesome. I said, my wife grew up watching X-Pac when he was like the 1, 2, 3 kid. And Triple H was Hunter Hearst Helmsley and everything when he came in. So we kind of watch and we could see like the waitress brings the check over and you can see him leave money. And they're just kind of sitting there drinking coffee or whatever. And I walked up and I said, I remember I said, as a dick, I was kind of like, Mr. H, Mr. Pac. I like the, you know, and they just kind of laughed or whatever. I'm like, I just wanted to come and say hi and say it's awesome. I can't wait to see you guys.
Can you
tonight.
sign my wiener?
Yeah, and I handed my hot
Again.
dog. Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, like shaking like Triple H's hand. I mean, they're big guys in general, but holy shit, like, just he got out of the booth and it's like, you're a fucking roided
Massive,
monster.
right?
Like, just that's one thing I remember. His shoulders were so wide. Like, holy shit. When it's like my uncle met the Big Show
No,
at
geez,
an
that dude's
airport,
even bigger.
Yeah.
and he goes, the guy stuck out. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's walking. So my uncle said the only way he was getting, when I went to go shake his hand, it was like shaking hands with a bushel of bananas. Because he's like, fingers came to like his forearm. Like he just grabbed and just like everything just encompassed right around his hand.
That's what he's saying. I met Santana Dotson and Gilbert Brown once at the Milwaukee Mile.
Gilbert's got to
And
be
though
huge.
Santana had bigger hands, but like he shook your hand like your hands were the same size. I swear my hand was broken.
Yeah.
He just
Santana Dotson.
yeah, it's crazy because that's when
He
I
makes a
think
lot
they're
of
part
trips to
owner.
Milwaukee because he was at.
He goes to almost every game.
Those guys were at the Bronco Billy's when I went.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He
All
was at the Iron Horse
girls
Bar
were
and Grill when
hovered
we were there
all
once.
around.
Yeah,
He goes to Lambeau almost every game
yeah.
from Houston.
As long as he doesn't get a DUI, I think it's okay.
I was helping my buddy.
He's not going to hear that.
I was helping my buddy set up his
First hate mail coming in.
Who's this Dotson?
Well, I don't know. Should we take a toast?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was helping my buddy set up his detailing shop. He had a account with the Milwaukee Bucks, and so the new practice facility for the new Pfizer Forum, the one.
Oh,
right
so
across
this is
the-
fairly recent.
yeah, pretty
Okay.
recent.
It's nice in there.
Fairly recent. So Jason Kidd was the coach.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Giannis
yeah.
wasn't MVP yet, but we were in
Still
there.
baby face probably too
yeah,
at this point.
still,
Like where he had to get a ride to the Fiserv and stuff.
he.
It
So
was
we were in there.
underground
We were in
tunnels.
there setting up. They were giving us the tour,
No, it's a true
and
story.
coming down the aisle, the hallway was Jason Kidd and Giannis, and I shook Giannis's hand, and yeah, his fingers were like down halfway, like it was weird.
Please tell me you gave him the limp. The mic
No,
limp.
no,
Oh, come on.
I shook his hand. and
you
it
went
was-
like this?
I was a fan.
Oh my God.
He gives the.
I was a
his
fan
hands,
of
you gotta do
Giannis.
The limp hitch he gives. It's awesome.
I was a fan of Giannis, so I gave him a handshake, but I was like in shock, starstruck by Jason Kidd.
I was going to say
Oh,
Jason
bet.
Kidd would have been.
'Cause I grew
yeah.
up.
Kid, yeah.
yeah, had
The
his
number
shoes,
3 pick.
jerseys,
Oh,
rookie
yeah.
car. I mean,
when he was in college.
Yeah.
Too.
No,
It
he was the number 2 pick. It was
Grant Hill.
Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant Hill was 3, right?
Grant Hill was
Yeah.
it Glenn Robinson?
I think it was Kidd was 2 and Hill was 3, or Kidd and Hill, whatever. They were 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robinson. Yeah.
But yeah, I gave Kidd a hug. I gave Jason Kidd a big old hug. Yeah.
He's only about our height too,
I
right?
was
He's
gonna say
like
I
6'1",
feel I was
6'1",
like I was
6'2".
taller than him.
Yeah, because he's not
Yeah.
tall.
No.
No.
Because he always looked short on the court too. When he was out there running around, he never
Oh, yeah,
looked
yeah,
big.
Yeah. No. He was like,
Not Muggsy Bogues short.
Or
No.
Spud Webb.
Spud Webb, yeah, 5'4".
and then I was at the Hall of Fame, the state of Wisconsin Hall of Fame induction, and I was sitting at a table next to Mike Daniels, and I had no idea.
Packer player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm taller than Mike Daniels, so I didn't.
Wasn't he a linebacker or was he a
He was
lineman?
he was defensive.
He's a
linebacker,
lineman, right?
Defensive lineman.
Did you get an award?
Oh,
there or
lineman.
something?
Did
Yeah,
I-
he was a
no, I
lineman,
was-
right?
What were you there for?
How the hell's he not?
We.
I don't know if he was
that-
a lineman or was he a
for work,
lineman
I
or a
had to
deep
speak
or a
at, It was an
linebacker?
event I had to
I
speak.
think he was a
okay.
lineman.
He was a lineman.
He was a lineman.
Yes,
How the hell
yes,
is
he was a
he-
defensive lineman?
Well, lineman, it's actually
No,
could
I
be
know, but
shorter.
those
He
guys
was
are usually
he was
just
big. He was a big guy.
The linebackers are taller.
But yeah, I was taller than him, and I didn't
What's
know.
your Nick Barnett?
I didn't realize that's who he was
Wow.
because he didn't stand out. You know,
Sure.
I mean.
Well,
But
how do
I
you-
saw Donald Driver. I got a picture with him. I gave him a big old hug too.
Well, a lot of those
Nice.
guys, the professionals, when they're retired, they get way smaller because they're putting on.
No, he was
Sure.
still
Wait.
an active player. He
Oh,
was
he's still- okay.
Yeah, he was still on the team because Charles Woodson was getting inducted.
Mm,
So
Got
get
it,
this. So in high school, Brett Favre Steakhouse was downtown.
Okay.
You'll never guess who I took a piss next to.
Brett Favre.
No,
No,
The owner.
he probably
Jeff
showed
Favre. His brother Jeff.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was hilarious too, because he's a little bit shorter than me, so I'm in there taking a leak or whatever, and this guy comes in and he had like the pen over his ear and everything because he was the general manager at the time, and I did kind of like a cursory kind of like peek like, and he
At his-
looks.
Not his penis.
Head down. You like?
No. Well, actually, when I realized he was a Favre, then I took a peek. I was like, oh.
Well, you just asked. He
Oh, you're
showed you.
not a real Favre.
No, but he literally looks like
I see
fucking
the
Brett.
resemblance.
He looks
Shaped like
tell.
a football.
laces out. But yeah, I waited for him outside. So I got my picture taken with Jeff Favre.
While you're in the bathroom still.
No, I waited. I waited.
Another girl.
There was no selfies at the time either. I think this was a camera you had to wind with film.
Hey
You-
Jeff,
you don't
can
even know
hold
if it's
this for me?
good. You don't even know it's a good picture.
Yeah,
until
so that's
you
why I
know
always
it.
say I always say it that way.
man.
You'll never guess who I met at Brett Favre say, and everyone's like Brett. I'm like, no, Jeff. His brother Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Jeff Favre.
Jeff Favre.
That's funny.
Yep.
Favre.
Yeah, what the hell you doing here?
Well, after that,
I'm in
no
the
one
town
can
to
top
play the
this
Dolphins,
story,
you
so
dumbass.
this podcast is over.
Yep.
Should we try your stuff?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, but why don't
I
you
wanna
pour us
try
out
it.
a shot here?
Explain it to us,
Yeah.
Bob.
Give us the
before-
story here.
There has to be some history behind this, huh?
Way back.
Last
No,
year.
it's
This stuff is too good.
way back this Christmas. My younger brother, he works at Waterford Stillhouse in Waterford, Wisconsin here, and he's been doing a lot of the kind of bottling, and I think I could be wrong, but they're known for vodka mainly, but they did a run of whiskey.
Waterford Stillhouse. If we're looking for sponsorships, and if you're
you go.
interested,
We'll pretend it tastes good. I'm just
If
kidding.
this
Yes.
is fantastic stuff,
Hey,
But so I told him that I know a couple guys that are really into whiskey. I, for one, am not. So I figured I'd share this with you guys and,
funny you two
see
guys.
how you like it. Well, you don't spend hundreds of dollars on
I'm
whiskey
I'm
like
your
these
normal
guys,
like.
so
hundreds.
I don't spend more than $40.
I was
over-
trying to be nice. So
I don't go over $40. So sorry, I'm not a.
I
Great
think I'm
whis-
supposed to read this stuff here. It's
whiskey
batch
guy.
number 2, barrel number. I know it's 384. Tell me what number that is. I know it's 384, but that does not look like 384.
Yeah, no, and 100 proof. So that's good. It's a
100
good proof.
yeah.
It's good
It's
proof.
100 proof, and it says aged for at least 20 months. It's
Let me see
a
this.
high rye.
Wow.
High rye, which is what I'm good at.
It is distilled in Wisconsin
What does it
and
say in the
produced and
back, though?
bottled by Waterford Stillhouse.
Well, there's a
in
whole
Waterford.
story
What do we
back
got? A
there.
little story. What is that? What do we got there?
You want me to read it? Our
I
take.
just kind of
This
what?
is our take on America's official spirit is
do it in
distilled
an old folky voice.
Yes.
with Wisconsin's grained and aged in 15-gallon barrels,
Hey,
made with
Shanae.
Minnesota oak.
English.
Minnesota
you know,
oak.
Is a bourbon.
Minnesota.
The result is a bourbon with
We're
a
gonna
distinctive
take it to
flavor.
it.
We killed Minnesota today, by the way. Profile
Wow,
imparted
holy
by the
crap.
terrier of the upper Midwest. The barrels are released one at a time without chill, filtering and bottled at the optimal proof. It is our family's distinct pleasure to share this portion with you.
So is it actually a family that started? It says our family. So like,
It's Brandon and I can't read the maybe Pam.
Pan?
interesting.
They got a
Yeah, is this
signature right
Pam
there.
or Pan?
Pan?
I don't know. I might.
And
I can get some more information.
I think I
from,
got
from my brother. So.
Hey, Miss Lady.
But yeah, so I
I
figured
think
I'd
I
bring
got
it here.
a solution to this Pan.
and I'll put some more information in their YouTube description
Yeah,
here. So if we
Brandon
wanna go
and
there.
Pamela. It looks like.
That's what it looks like to me.
Bagatka.
Once again, we're not.
So, yeah, so like I said, I'll pour a little for myself.
Let us
but
try
I'll
it
get you guys a
first.
full.
Just-
Oh, and it looks like they do a weeded or a high rye. That's
Oh,
interesting.
wow, nice.
And like I said, they're known for their vodka. So We'll see.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that always kind of worries me about these craft ones. Sometimes you can tell that they're too young, and it's just more ethanol. But like this one, actually, when I just smelled it before, when he popped it, it smelled pretty good. It wasn't like getting blasted
Not
in the
too
face
heavy
with
on
just
the
straight
nose.
ethanol, you know?
You want a full one, guys?
Sure, why not?
Because I know I'm not going to do a full one.
Well, I'm not shooting this. I'm going to,
You going to sip it?
yes.
It's got good color.
Let me pass that down.
Sorry, I'm spilling it right now. And a baby one for me.
Smells so.
And what was it? Waterford Stillhouse.
Smells good.
Stillhouse, yep. And they have they have a storefront that you can actually go in, or not really a storefront, kind of a bar. You can go in, you can try their stuff.
I was going to say, try all the different spirits, buy stuff if you want.
So, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's not bad.
No,
For something that's still fairly young,
20 months.
that's not bad. I mean,
Wow, I actually don't mind that much.
and 100 proof is
Like I
pretty
said,
good.
I don't drink this. I don't drink bourbon, whiskey, any of that stuff. So
100 proof is, yeah. That's what this sounded like. Just us going back and forth.
So how was it? How was it?
This is not bad.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually like it.
I'm not gonna lie, like-
Road trip?
It would be something I would.
Huh?
Road trip?
Road. Yeah, I'll go.
What-
I'll try the vodka.
Did they have a tour of like the distillery?
Well,
kind of thing.
I've only been to the place once. I think for my dad's retirement party, and it's kind of a smaller place. It's
It's more of a bar.
They
I
don't
don't-
normally
yeah,
do
it's like a
tours because they're
bar.
not that big to go to.
yeah. There's
Oh,
not.
okay.
You can look through the glass and kind of
Yeah.
see their stuff.
Oh, okay.
So there's nothing really to tour much, but we can go there. I mean, I
So
can
it's
talk
like
to
Water
Zach.
Street
probably more of a
Brewery.
tasting.
It's like something like that.
Not-
Where they
no.
have.
Well,
The-
the brewery is
different.
a lot bigger.
The things you're thinking of, like, I mean, he's talking about, they're in 15-gallon barrels. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not big.
They're not huge.
These are not
But
like the big, giant 55-gallon.
I'm sure we could work
Stills.
something out
Yeah.
if you guys want to go there. I can talk to Zach. He can set us up with
I have an
different
idea.
tasties and stuff.
Well, if that
so-
ended up being the case, I would get a camera and we would,
My idea
we
is
would do a special.
my
that
idea
way.
is we take the
If they
show on
want
the
us-
road
Yeah.
and we hit all the distilleries in Wisconsin.
So if
I would love that. Jay
Whatever-
Henry is awesome.
I will drive because
whatever
I have the least
fans,
amount.
whatever
the
fans
whiskey.
we have, if that's something you want us to do,
Give us a bunch of money so we can afford to do it.
wow. Well, wait till we have some Patreon kind of thing going on. But yeah, just let us know and we'll go down there and we'll take a tour.
Me and the wife,
That'd be fun.
we were thinking, like, because her birthday was in September, and then we had our anniversary in November. We didn't know what we wanted to do. You know, we're like, she's like, let's go to drive somewhere. Let's go to, let's go to like a distillery. I'm like,
Round Round?
where do we go? Yeah, Fuddruckers. Come on.
Sizzler.
I was really all you can eat.
yeah, I like fun
Come
records.
on. But no, we ended
was
up going
good.
to Jay
Oh,
Henry.
yeah.
Okay.
And because I'm like, I called and they're like, they had their Bellefontaine, their 5-year was just released. And I'm like, let's go out there. They're like, oh, we have a bar. You can come in. And it's actually really kind of nice. It's really small. You can do a tour if you want. But we just had a couple cocktails at the bar there. You buy the bottle, a couple bottles that you want there. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I ended up driving out there then. Unfortunately, we were there 1 week early. I went the next weekend when they released their La Flamme.
Yep.
And that's really good stuff.
I haven't had that. I have the Bellefonte, but
And
La
then I
Flamme.
bought their barrel proof one.
The La
there, so,
Flamme.
yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Really good for Wisconsin whiskey. Like, yeah, Jay Henry knows what they're doing.
Nice.
Yep. No, this is good. Yeah, tell your brother. Well done. I know he was probably
Well,
integral
All he
in
did
how
was-
this.
yeah, he got it from the barrel to the bottle. So
it's an important part of the process.
some would say the most.
Someone's got to do it.
Did he
So-
get to play with the bunghole?
Probably.
I got a shirt that. I got
That is a
this-
correct term.
Yep.
That is a correct
But
term.
we can still laugh at it like we're children.
Yes.
I went to the Lakefront Brewery tour.
Did
and
he
got
need
the
teepee for his
the bunghole
bunghole?
shirt. Oh, I love that shirt.
Is
The
that
does
what
it say?
is that when we went with
It's just,
Travis?
it's just a the bunghole.
Is that when we went with Travis?
The wolf pack?
No, it
Oh,
was
that was a
before
different
that. I
one?
went with my
Yeah.
brother right before that. Yeah, I took.
Do you, Jeremy? Do you remember when
You
we
need a button
went?
to turn his mic off.
I think it was me, you, and
The
I don't
Miller
remember who
Brewery
was
tour?
with us. We did the Miller Brewery
Oh.
tour.
We
and
found a
He
hack.
goes, He goes to the bathroom because when have you guys done the Miller Brewery tour?
A long
sir.
time ago.
But you go there and you get 4 beers or 4. They're like little 8-ounce samples or whatever. They're just you go to the bar and you get their sample,
tiny.
right? He goes to the bathroom and he comes back to our table and he goes, "Come with me, guys." We're like, okay. So we kind of get up, and we go walk in, and he opens up this door and we go into this other like giant room with a bar. No one's in it. He closes the door behind us. We start tapping. We start pouring our own beer. We go behind the bar. We're just drinking.
It was awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah. And so we drank that, and then we're like, as we're walking out of the bar, I had a beer like up my sleeve so I could take it out with me and everything.
Here comes another tour.
Another tour comes around, so
Up
we
in line.
we funneled right back in, right behind them, and then went back up. They didn't check because they had different color wristbands. We just they just made sure we blended in. I think we even traded coats, or
Yeah.
we took our hats off or something to kind of change it. We got back in
got
with the
drunk.
next group, and we got the next round on us. Yeah, I'm like, wow, we got a good buzz on from Miller. Thanks,
That-
Miller.
Yeah, I just so happened I was like, maybe
Come
it was
with
just
me.
me from drinking
he's like,
or whatever.
"Come
I
with
walked
me,
out of the
guys."
bathroom and I was like,
Uh-huh.
what's in this room? It was a whole ballroom.
Yeah, it was
I'm
all
like,
empty.
There's
but
taps. I was like, are these working? I was like, there's beer in these
I
taps.
picture he's just like
It was like, dude, come on. We got to go drink.
yeah, 4 guys kind of. It was like the Mile High Club. It doesn't look suspicious with 4 guys going into one room by themselves.
I picture it's like, you ever see the Family Guy when Peter first started working
Oh
at the
my
Pawtucket Brewery?
He's probably drinking.
No, well, he's like, "Sir, yeah, you can take some home, you can sample it, but just don't get drunk. And I'll be right back and get your paperwork." He goes in the door, he comes out, Peter's already naked.
I can see him on the belt, like, getting like stuff poured into his mouth.
Yeah, that was a fun tour. Yeah, but it was so we see the one tour coming out of the caves go up. We're like, right back to the end of the
awesome.
line and went right back up.
But that was the one tour that actually, whenever I'm talking to my dad, I was like explaining, like, oh yeah, this friend. When I mentioned your name, I was like, yeah, the one that we went to the brewery tour with my dad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Another time with my
Yes,
dad, and
yes.
then we went
You
there.
go to
and
the same
he
room?
knows
No.
when I mentioned, I was like, yeah, we went to the brewery tour. Oh, Jason, yes, yeah. Good
He's
guy,
that
good
idiot.
guy.
Yeah, he's that idiot that got drunk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
No, not that idiot. The other idiot. Yeah, that's right.
But it was, I off a little sample stuff. I can't remember.
What are those, like 4
Like,
or 6 ounce glasses?
just
maybe?
hopping
Kind of the
line.
chaser.
I was,
size.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
was more than buzzing when I left that. I was drunk. I have to say when.
Well, if you sat at that bar long enough for another
We were there.
tour to
I
come
think
through,
we drank because they
that's
had
a
the small
lot of
cups.
booze,
Yeah, they had
yeah.
the small cups
So
back
you
there.
just
So we
sit
were
there
just
just
well, we
pounding
had
it,
our 4 samples, what per each tour, 2 tours.
plus whatever you had in the
And then
same
whether-
room.
We had a lot to drink. It was.
Thanks, Miller.
You know, I
Yeah, it
picture,
was
I
fun.
picture the guys at this in security are watching the camera like, look at these 4 guys. Just let them stay. Who cares?
They're not
You know?
causing any
All they're
trouble.
doing is like,
They're
these assholes are not buying anything from the gift shop.
Yeah, just let them drink.
No, that we literally walked through for the last 30, 40 minutes just to get here. You know, that's all. That's all. That's
I
the
like
payoff.
that tour though. That was I would go to it again.
Yep.
If they is this
Road
still
trip?
around?
Another road trip.
Can we film this? Can we get something behind the scenes if we actually act
Well,
like
if you've
we
already
have-
done that,
Let's
just
say
do
we're
like a
doing a
secret camera.
documentary kind of thing.
Let's see if we can recreate the experience.
Yeah, we got to find this ballroom.
It's
Oh,
right
I
up
know
the
where-
steps,
I know
straight
where-
ahead.
If
Because
it's
we
Oh,
went to the
yeah.
left.
I actually know someone that works there, so I could ask him.
Well,
I kind of know him.
It's right there in that same floor.
my
It's
brother,
like
Mr.
just
Miller.
it must be if they have
Mr.
another
Coors,
tour at
actually.
the same time, they bring that tour into that spot maybe. But
So there's no overlap and stuff. Probably
yeah,
if they're busy.
all
or
I know is the
That and the
door
best
was
they walked
unlocked,
in.
and I went in and it was tapped. So I started pouring.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
that's
it was because I had the 3 or 4 beers in me. I was feeling pretty good.
He had
I've
liquid
done a couple
courage.
jobs there, and I remember talking to people, and they say one of the perks they get to take home like
It's a case.
like a 24 pack a
They
week.
take
or
a
something
case a
like
week.
that.
Yep.
Wow.
But it's not just beer. Like, so I have a friend
It's
that
a little
works
bit of
there,
everything, yeah.
and I think they must do Propel.
Is it
Like
they do
with
something-
bottling?
water?
Didn't they have? Don't they do some type of soda too? I
There's
think?
like because there's bottling because they help with the bottling of some of that
Yeah.
because he's
Isn't
not
that
a
owned by
huge
Coke?
drinker, but he's always
Something
takes.
like that,
You'll see
yeah.
him drinking Propel all the time,
Yeah.
and because he gets a case of this shit every week.
Yeah.
Why
He's
would you
like,
grab
I don't
Propel?
need beer.
And
Yeah.
Lubriderm hand cream, I think too.
I would probably grab that.
Sorry.
Never need enough of that.
A case.
A week.
Case a week.
Case a week.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
What are you doing with all this?
Well,
I'm
you don't
using
want to
it-
chafe.
Nothing.
And why are your elbows still ashy?
Just say I'm smooth. Except
Don't
for
you
my
bathe
elbows.
in this?
Why is your left hand
I don't
not
get
smooth?
My
like
whole
your
back's
right?
like really, really dry.
Your right hand is extremely
man.
smooth, but your left hand is just callous.
Case a week. That's nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I know like a friend of Katrina's, her dad, like when I first started dating her good friend, his dad worked for Miller. And so like he had a house on Wind Lake. And so he would have people over like all the time in the summer to go boating or whatever. An abundance of beer. When you talk like beer fridge,
Yeah.
he had a beer cabinet, like or like
So you just
his
had it.
he just beer fucking everywhere. I
'Cause
mean,
why
it
wouldn't
was
you take it?
yeah,
I
because
mean,
and he would
I
use
would
it for
always
that
take it.
purpose.
So
When
would
you
I.
had people there coming over, it's like beers in the fridge, beers in the fridge,
Yeah.
beers in the fridge. Just go ahead.
Stop by.
I mean,
just
yeah,
grab
I think
some.
you and that's the thing. Until you do it, I don't think we realize how much like a case or whatever of beer a week is.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah.
I bet that shit stacks up fast unless you're drinking a ton.
So it's not. It wasn't beer, but at the haunted house that I worked at, we at one point we had I think it was called Freak Energy Drink. We had them as a
Kinda like a
sponsor.
sponsor?
And there was, I just remember like in like the
Never
one
bought it.
corner where it was stored was just like pallets of this stuff. Okay, and they were selling it, giving it out, whatever to try. But at the end of the year, there was still pallets of this stuff left. So the only thing they could do is just give it out to the people. that
Give it
worked
away.
The
Give it
kids.
away.
So
the-
like, I remember
I just-
my work van had. Like
Oh, that's
I've
the
literally,
energy
yeah,
drink? Oh,
I've
yeah.
literally seen, if my work van sat this high,
Yeah.
it was down here, because I had probably,
Yeah, I remember you handing that
maybe
out.
like
left
30
and right.
cases of it in there.
Halloween,
It was
he's just
unbelievable.
dropping
This
it.
freak energy drink,
Yeah.
and like we just loaded up, and I was living with my brother at the time, and he worked there too, so he had his van. We probably had like 60 to 80 cases of this stuff, and the sugar free was nasty. So we started giving it out as like tips to the pizza guys. So we call like they come in and like, hey,
They take a sip. They're like, oh.
they wouldn't drink it. We would just say, hey, we can give you some cash, or we have this a case of energy drink, and half of them are like, well, I'll take the energy drink, and save them a lot. of
Reminds me of that movie Role Models. Did you ever
I
see that with
hate
Paul
the-
Rudd?
Yeah.
We're selling this
With the
poison to
with the
kids.
Minotaur.
Yeah, yeah.
That's such a good movie.
That is. They
But yeah,
LARP,
that
or don't
stuff-
they LARP in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Well, he gets into it. They're kiss my Anthea, I think it is.
Kiss my Anthea. Rub a dub dub. Yep.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Lunesta. Isn't that a
Yeah,
sleeping pill?
You know, Forrest
I-
Gump was a lot smarter.
Do you
than
actually
me.
know who Volbeat is?
It's a band.
Have you listened to
No.
them? Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming you know it's a band because you could probably see the tour on the back.
Oh, I knew it without
they're
seeing the
country,
tour. I knew it was a
right?
Volbeat.
No, they're not.
I know they're heavy metal, right?
Nursery
I
rhymes?
guess.
Like in the
Yes, yes.
yeah.
They're
Kid-
from like Sweden or
Kids
something
Bop.
like that.
Kids Bop.
Have you heard the dude that does the heavy metal nursery rhymes?
No, but I know maybe he's the same one who did like I bought Evan a Metallica nursery rhyme CD when he was little,
Oh no,
and I would play it when it was like it sounded like when you would wind up, it sounded like
Yeah.
that, but it was Metallica, Enter Sandman, and all this stuff, and well, shocking, my kids are huge Metallica fans now. So go figure, maybe that was that subliminal messaging that I kind of put them in there.
No, this guy did like does everything. He turns it to metal. My son's favorite song is Wheels on the Bus in metal version. It's hilarious. And then after he hears that, he wants to hear Electric Callboy. So
The wheels on the bus go round.
that's what it is. It's actually really good. This guy's done Zombie, like Zombie from the Cranberries. He's done like if you can think of a song,
Wow.
he's probably turned it into metal and it sounded really, really good. I'll find his name.
Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns.
I did get the opportunity to listen to it, and it's actually not.
Listen to what? What I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after you
Leo
the
Moro-
Rosie O'Donnell Christmas
Oh
album,
my God,
I don't know if I believe it and trust anything.
that guy right. Leo
Instant classic.
Moricillo.
Instant
Wheels
classic.
on the bus.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm telling you, it's so good. When we're done, I'll play it for you.
Oh my God.
Sorry, we will not play that for you while we're.
But you should look it up. It's really good.
Yeah, heavy metal wheels on the bus go round and round. I guess I shouldn't be shocked anymore.
No.
You know what's on the internet at all.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
That's also most shocking.
Yeah.
Luna likes that one a lot.
Well, let's wrap this one up, boys. I think we you might have some editing to do.
He just poured a fresh beer.
Yeah,
No, I didn't. This was always here.
it's always here.
What are you talking about?
But I know we only started this thing a couple months ago. So hopefully 2023 brings us some better things here for Necessary Censorship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I got to spend New Year's Day here with you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, except for you. You and you are pretty good. So. All right.
I don't know why we keep on inviting him.
Who put him in the title sequence?
We have to make certain requirements.
Stay tuned.
Uh-oh.
Make some.
We have some really good ideas.
He's gonna
In all seriousness, stay tuned.
He's gonna promise exciting podcasting, and in 6 months he's gonna fail to deliver on exciting podcasting.
I think we have some great ideas.
I hope so.
Of some comedy gold coming up here.
We try.
Well, hopefully
tried.
when all of us get together, we'll have a new title sequence. That's going to be something, hopefully, and another thing, which hopefully you'll enjoy and find funny. We're not going to – I don't want to ruin anything from that aspect.
Nothing else. That's all they get.
I do have an idea that my wife gave me that I'll tell you guys off the air here. So, all right,
Go
guys.
play in traffic? Is that what she told you?
Son of a
Well,
bitch.
please,
How many times?
But that wasn't for a title sequence. She
If
just told me
you-
to go lay down in traffic.
if you are watching this, yeah, go ahead, comment. Please comment. If you have ideas, anything you want us to talk about or
Or
something
to
you
stop
want,
talking about.
yeah, you just want to
Jeremy.
say,
Or
shut
anybody that
up.
you want us to stop inviting.
I don't care. If you do something, I will mention you out of the comment. If you did something, that you hated us, thank you. That's awesome.
All right. Well, we appreciate everything, guys. Nice job tonight, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Here's to 2023, which is no different than yesterday at this time. So, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year, new him. All right.
New Year.
Guys.
Happy New Year.
2022. No, 3.
3.
3.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
I poured mine in too. I thought it was stout, but it's that English thing. It's not stout, it's an English beer. The Iron Maiden thing? Yeah, I thought it was actually stout, but it's not. I do like it. This helps him go to sleep.
Yeah.
Curls
up in his
I could
pillow.
sleep to this. If I had this playing nonstop,
No, the video is so good too because you got a little tiny drum set on the freaking train playing. And look at, watch this thing, huh?
Oh, look at that stupid. Look at that drum set. Yeah, that's a little baby one.